like stretched out and like relaxed a bit for the session. So this is a bit longer session than the last time, but it will be really interesting for you also. So you have some of the working time with your entity as well. So like just get together and like let's get started with the session. So I think like over this conference for like this is already your third day, and over this conference this will be the finance last finance session for you. So just like put all your attention and just listen to this session and like get the maximum out of this session. So this will be really important, especially that you are moving into the like selecting your teams and like starting your term like in the next year. So like this will give you a lot of important direction for you to prepare yourself to the role of LCP as well. So yeah, so with that, let's get started. Quick again, like I think this is I already said, but I just want to highlight a couple of things because in here I will be lot talking about my experience and my role within my LC back when I was LCP Finance as well as LCP, because I think that is most important for you all, and as well as you can take the most amount of whatever the learnings to your like journey as well. So yeah, so I was LCP back when in the term 17-18 and LCP finance back in term 16-17. So the things that I'm going to say is what has happened back then, but then again you can already apply these kind of things to yourself as well. Overall, what we are going to talk about is the role of finance. But of course, I know all of you here are LCPs. Maybe you're not coming from a finance background. Uh, Probably a lot of people, a lot of you are not coming from a finance background. But then again, as a CEO, as the president, as the person who's leading the entity, you should be having knowledge, at least having awareness of what are the things that you need to learn in terms of be the role model for your entity. And we'll be talking a bit about financial and risk management. Risk management, not really. That will be for later on. Probably our MCs will deliver it for you. But we are a little bit learning a bit about financial management as well. All right. So with that, I'm going to tell you a bit about like I'm going to take you back like 5 years ago from my experience, so that let's see like what has happened and if you can take some inspiration from that as well. So this was me like 5 years ago. So this was me getting confidence vote for my role as LCVP Finance back in 2016, and like yeah, I was not like surprised for that as well. So this is when I was elected as SVP Finance. Uh, I was like, yeah, I was thin and like small as well. But then again, to put you into financial context of what was happening back then, so we all also had 30,000 negative in our bank balance. Like, what do you mean by negative? Like, we have to like we to like it was a liability, right? So this is the kind of things that was happening. So we didn't have money at the bank, so we also had a loan of 32,000, just to put into context. So this is what has been happening like 5 years before. Uh, and then what happened? Like fast forwarding back one more year, I want to go to 2016 APLS. So today you guys are also at APLS, right? At APLS 2020, but this was 2016. So this is the APLS for me as an LCP back then as well. So it was in Nepal in 2016. But uh, but I could not make it to APLS 2016 in Nepal. The reason is that during that, by the time when APLS was happening, I have not yet won my LCP election, because we had three candidates who were applying for LCP, but my election was not yet over. And because of that, I did not have the opportunity or the capacity to go to APLS. But to be honest, today I think there are people who are joining who might not have their elections yet, but because of we are having this virtual experience today, everyone has the privilege to join for APLS and learn before your LCP role. To be honest, this is one of the biggest regrets that I have, is to not being able to join for APLS, because by that time, before this, I had not have the chance to go to a be in an international conference or have this kind of experience as well. Because during APLS is only when I had my LCP election. So like in the middle of APLS was happening, the all of the other LCPs actually was in Nepal. They are like making IR partnerships, like all of that. I felt a bit like, am I just late as well? But then again, this is where I didn't have the opportunity. But then again, I was going through this experience. But that's fine. I was like, okay, that's fine. Maybe I don't have a couple of IR partnerships, but that's fine. Let's start this. So I want to start this as well. So then, like, moving on, I selected my team. So this is my team, and like this is my stand as LCP as well. So this is weird post. Like we were trying to do a dab, but it didn't work out really well. But the idea was to have like growth, to show growth, because our stand was like need to make growth happen. So this is my entire EB. So actually, if you see like one person who's in my EB, that is Sisita, who is the current MCP of Sri Lanka right now as well. So pretty much this is our stand, and we started our term with this. But then again, we what one of the things that we always was thinking when we talk about growth, we talk a couple of more things, because the first thing that comes to your mind when you're talking about growth is exchange growth. Like that is of course that is something that was always in the team's head. But then again, we were also talking about growth in exchange, growth in BD, growth in profit, growth in membership, growth in like reach, because back then we had like social media pages, policies, and all of that. So pretty much that is the idea that which we had back when we were starting the term as well. I'm pretty sure like in a couple of months, all of you will also be going through an experience where you select your team and you come up with like you define your stand and all of that with this experience. But it's really important, uh, this grounding for you to really the kind of things that you want to achieve by the end of your term, or for the next set of generations that your LC is going to take up. So pretty much why I want to highlight the growth in profit is back in our mind. Okay, when we talk about growth, we always have this idea. Okay, we need to grow in profits, and we because we were back when I was starting off in 2016 as a city finance, we had negative balances, and not have that kind of capacity as well. But that is something we always had in our mind. With that story here, I just want to take you. I just want you to first pause, take a pause. The reason why, because I know as SCPs, you probably be thinking right now, okay, what are the kind of revenue that we want to find? Like all of the struggles that in 2020 is in your mind right now. How to pay debt? We have debt with the MC. We don't have revenue. Members have nothing to do. They are just doing random stuff, and like all of these problems are there. How to find money? How to find BD? We have never done BD, or like all of these questions are there. But then again, as a president, it's there is a lot of your role is not just about your term, but you have to think about the long-term sustainability, and you have to make decisions in a manner which is very calm and which is very mature. I think I always say the best role in ISAC is the LCP role. As far as my experience of 6 years goes, that is without a doubt, I can guarantee you that, because that is the role which is, I think, the most challenging also, and also that is where you learn the most as well. So don't ever compromise your role of learning within the next year because of the things that has been happening, and don't cloud all your learning and everything just because of the problems that you're seeing. There's a lot of things that you can actually do uh, to that will contribute for the your LC in the long run. So what I want you to do is to just pause everything that is coming to your mind regarding like finance stuff, like how to do this, da da da, all of that, and like be in a very clear mind in this session so that you can actually take the kind of value addition that you can take for your role, and that you can apply to your term. Okay, so with this, I want to start with a quick question. So I want to give you a couple of like 1 minute to personally think about this, because this is very important. I want you to ask yourself what is the basic role of finance. Don't think as LCP or LCP finance, forget about those. Like as an organization in the LC, what is the basic role of finance? What is the finance person, or as LCP, what is the thing that you want to achieve? What is the basic role? What is the fundamental thing that you want to do in finance as finance? Okay. Just take a minute, like just think through, and just type your answer in your chat, or feel free to unmute and tell the answer. It's not an answer, like whatever you're thinking. Make sure Isaac doesn't go bankrupt. Thank you. Minimize expenses, maximize revenue, responsible for proper financial transitions and tracking, invest smartly, sustainability to control inflow and outflow, leave a positive balance, make your entity sustainable, mhm, reallocate resources, sustainability, invest. Okay, okay. Thank you for the answers. Um, Anyone else who wants to chat? Like we have 30 more seconds. Okay, we have ensured the entity operates very financially and sustainably. Yes. Okay. So thank you for the answers. Like everything what you said is correct, as correct. And so from my side, also I've been thinking about this for almost the 4 years which I've been in my roles of LCP Finance, MCP, LCP, all of this. And it connects to everything that you said as well. And I was writing this statement. I was reflecting also before this session, like what is the basic role of finance? Again, thinking from a perspective of LCP, or back then when I was as LCP, what are the kind of things that I'm thinking? The role of finance is to ensure continuity. I think that is what you, I think people mentioned that you don't go bankrupt, all of this, and pursue sustainability of the entity. One of the things is sometimes we always feel that the responsibility of LCVP finance or VP finance is to ensure sustainability, but it is not exactly. Ensuring sustainability is not just finance VP's roles. It has to do a lot of it has to do with all the people in your team as well as your membership to ensure sustainability. But finance VP is the person who really pursue the goal of sustainability, who really reminds and guides you to the direction towards sustainability. I think it's also an answer like financial direction towards sustainability of the entity, mainly like financial sustainability. And the biggest role is, like you mentioned, also it's about continuity. You can't bankrupt. Like if tomorrow or next year, if your LC closes down, then that's a problem. That's a basic JD, like basic fulfillment of finance is not happening because you're closing down your entity. So the it's really need to understand because the kind of basic role of finance, because oftentimes when you're faced with a problem, you start looking at finance people. Okay, what's the new revenue stream or things like that. But to be honest, finance person might not be the best person to come up with the most innovative strategy. You have your marketing person, product people, and very innovative people in ISAC. But the finance person is the person who will be proactive to tell that the direction that you're going is not looking good. The real essence of finance happens when you become proactive, not reactive. Because after something has happened, after it's bankrupt, then nothing to be done. Like after you make a loss, then there's nothing to be done. The role of finance is about not to tell that okay, we made a loss, like not to report that we made a loss, but to tell that okay, if we proceed in this direction, in 3 months of time, in 6 months of time, in 1 year's time, we might be facing this kind of loss. We might be facing this. That's why we need to pivot right now. That's why we need to innovate right now. So the finance is a true subsystem of the organization. It's not a back like front office, back office. All these are like bullshit. Like finance is like a true subsystem of for every function where the existence of the organization is there. So as the president, you need to understand the function of finance is not about being separated. If you think about okay, what's the performance of finance separately, you're going to like mess up your term for sure. Because finance is about everything, even in your products, even in your marketing, BD, whatever it is, you need to think about finance. Even in HR, investments and everything, you need to think finance as the fundamental subsystem of this organization. That really changes your perspective of how you think. And what you want to achieve is being proactive. If you're not proactive, then that's lost. The purpose of finance is lost. The finance entire purpose is about being proactive. Like if you're proactive, then everything becomes start to get things into order. Yeah, so this is like the idea that I'm thinking in terms of finance as well. Then, okay, your goal is to become proactive so that you can ensure continuity and pursue sustainability of your LC. Then two of the things, actually there are three things that you want to focus, but I just want to give you two things here. Three things is financial management, legal management, and risk management. Again, risk management is there everywhere. It's a fundamental thing. And like legal management is ensuring continuity. You need to make sure you are registered. If you are university based, you are registered in university. If you are community based, to be honest, I'm not sure. Like what is the kind of registration process? You need to have those kind of things, like whatever the kind of legal aspects you need to accomplish for you to be continued. And then a lot to do with financial management. Uh, in this session, we are really focusing on the topic of financial management and not risk management, because that is something for a little bit of time. Given the time, we are focusing on this. So then the question comes of how to be proactive. So the fundamental role, you understand. Then like if you want to make finance effective, you need to be proactive. Simply proactive. Like just keep this mind in our proactive. And then the question comes like, how can you be proactive? Okay, this is where we go into technicalities. When you want to think about how you want to become proactive in terms of financial management, I have outlined 5 of my learnings over the past 4 years. Okay, these are not nothing to do with like I just put it like in a fancy wording format, but then again, these are 5 lessons that I have learned over the past 4 years of being proactive, how to be proactive. Because you can always tell that, okay, I want to be proactive and all this like bullshit, like not bullshit, like that's a good thing, like all these kind of things. But then again, you will not achieve it if you just don't walk the talk, right? You can tell, okay, I'm proactive, da da da, all of this, but if you don't walk the talk, right? So for you to really do it, I just want to summarize this kind of 5 learnings into specific aspects of things that you want to do during your term, so that these kind of things directs you to be proactive. If you remember in the last session, we talked about like data and being understanding the context. So that is a part of being proactive. And if you want to categorize it, it's a part of being analyzing and inferring. So it's the fourth point. What we did in the last session is actually the fourth point. In your role of president, you do a lot of analyzing and inferring about things so that you can make better decisions for that. People always talk about like decision making, okay, what to do, you look at frameworks, all of that. But to do better decision making, you need to ground yourself with a lot of context. The more the context you have, the better the kind of decisions that you're going to take. Okay, so with this 5 things, I want to go one by one, a little bit of examples. Then actually, I've written down a couple of things in an Excel sheet. Uh, you can consider it as a checklist as well, but then again, it's a non-exhaustive, like whatever things you can also add. So after this, after explaining, I'm going to get the support from Isuru to break you guys into breakout rooms entity wise, so that all the entities from your all the LCPs from your entity will be in the one breakout room, and you can actually discuss about the kind of action steps that you can take. Okay, so this is the link. So don't go to the link right now. You have time. I'll send you across after explaining everything. So what you need to do is once you go to the link, you will have a view only Google spreadsheet. You need to make a copy, and just one copy is enough for your like all of the LCPs. And what you need to do is like you can create duplicates of the tab, right? It's just one tab. You need to create a duplicate for your name, so that if it's India, okay, all the LCPs in India is working on one sheet, but you have separate tabs so that you can have a personal checklist for yourself as well. I'll send you the link on chat, so don't worry about it right now. I'll just explain a couple of things before we go into that part. So the first thing, again, remember why we are doing this is to be proactive. The first thing, you need to be proactive in terms of budgeting and forecasting. So this is an aspect which is important to finance to be proactive. This is like a couple of examples, like for example, prepare the annual revenue and expenditure budget. with monthly breakdowns. Why I'm telling this? Because in January you are going into planning and you want to be proactive. So these are the kind of things that you want to remember, not by heart, but you will have the session anyway. Like you can go back and check it later, but the kind of things you want to plan ahead. In terms of budgeting, that is like prepare the annual cash flow, like and like have these kind of principles. So first thing is budgeting and forecasting. Then you move into the second part is about accounting. So if you want to be proactive, then you need to account for the things that you are doing, account for the transactions that you are doing so that you can analyze it later. So I have a couple of things here. If you are an entity who's using bookkeeping system like accounting software, learn about it, understand it. You need to have that knowledge for sure. I don't know because some of the MCs do it for the LCs. So in that case, you might not have it, but that's fine. And of course, you need to show all your documents. Don't worry about the checklist. Everything is in the Excel sheet. You don't need to screenshot it. Then like you go into reporting, like what are the kind of reporting that you need to do in order to be proactive. Monthly reporting, you need to tell like what has been happening in the budget for the last month. Those are the kind of things that you need to do in order to be proactive in terms of reporting. Then afterwards, we are going into analyzing. We had budgeting, accounting, reporting. Then we are going into analyzing. This is similar to the session that we did before. It's about you have the financial data, which is from your budgets, from your accounts, from your reports, right? You have all these 3 points. Then you want to analyze this kind of data so that you can come up with financial metrics or financial ratios so you can make decisions later on. What are the kind of decisions you can? There's a lot of decisions you can take, like investing and things like that. So basically, the analyzing part is where you capture all of this, the data, converting into analytics. Then you go for the last part. Last lesson is about investing. Once you have the data, once you analyze the data, once you know your benchmarks, once you know what how you want the metrics to be, then you start investing or making decisions. This is decision making also. The last part is about decision making. One of the biggest decisions is investing. So this is one thing you want to understand very clearly is about calculating ROIs and like risk assessments when you are taking decisions, and to really understand the difference between expenses, investments also that as well. Okay, again, I want to ground all of you uh, to the first thing that I was mentioning. Yes, your ILC is facing a lot of problems. Maybe a lot of things are happening right now. But if you don't be proactive and don't do the basics of finance, what you're going to happen is you're going to ruin this your term as well as ruin a couple of more terms, not just yours, but the next 2 to 3 terms as well. If you don't do the basics of being proactive and do this kind of things, even if you are in a state of turmoil or struggle right now, you need to do these kind of basics so that you ensure in the long term that is what you want to achieve, because the role of finance is about continuity as well as pursuing sustainability. Okay, so with that, I want to get the support of Isuru to create the breakout rooms if you're here.
Yeah, I'm here. How much time for the breakout rooms?
So I want to give them 10 minutes initially. So if
Okay,
people need more time, we can extend it 5 more
cool.
minutes.
You will get a notification, guys. You can directly join to your entity because some of them I was able to assign. But if you cannot get that notification, please put in the chat. Then I'll directly assign you as well. Here,
If you have any questions, I think you can always come to the main room and ask it, and you can go back to your breakout room as well. So just if you go to the sheet, it will be just one tab where you will have like the activities. I see a lot of people already in the sheet. Then you will have a question. So basically, what you need to do is personally, you need to answer this question yes or no, whether you know it or not. And then you have to put like, what are my call to actions for this? For example, if let's take one thing. Uh, do you know what are the financial statements that are being generated? So in part of reporting, that is one question you need to, that is there in the Excel sheet. So if it's yes, you tick it. If it's no, then you put a call to action. Okay, this is the kind of things I'm going to do in order to learn about it, know about it, or make it happen. Then apart additionally, you can define if you need any support from other people. So you have a column to add like support needed and also the deadline, because all of these things need to be completed before you start the term, to be honest. So have a deadline because you have December and January. So have a deadline within those 2 months, and like brainstorm as well. Again, this is with your LCPs from your entity, so you can always discuss with other people, like what are things you are missing. So yes.
Most of them are like already in the breakout rooms, so I'm just assigning the people that you are not clear. Yes, you can select your own breakout room as well. If you haven't updated, please update the Zoom. That will.
Yes, I'll put the sheet link. Easy.
Mia, you are already allocated. You just need to click and go. Haja and Vandana, I don't know which that you are in, which entity that you are from. Okay. ఇప్పుడు మియన్మార్ పక్కాది మనకి එක ඉන්නවා මම ඇස්සෙකට දානවා එහෙම නවරන්න නැද්ද
මොකද
මේ සමහර ඉන්න එක්කෙනා ඉන්න එන්ටිටි උඹ වෙන රූම් වල දාන්න බලන්න
Hi, I have one question. So like are we supposed to like duplicate the sheet and then like have tabs based on how many LCP we have, right? So it's basically like one tab per one LCP, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
No problem.
ඔයාට පෙන්වනවනේ ජොයින් වෙන්න එක එක group
මට පෙන්වන්නේ
ඈ breakout එක click කරපන් ඔබ පුළුවන් ඕනි වෙලට ජොයින් වෙන්න පුළුවන් මේ එක්කෙනා ඉන්නවා මම මෙයාට දානවා එක්කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා
හැබැයි
අවුලන්න තනිය හිටියා
ප්‍රශ්නකුත් නැහැ ඉතින් යාට
නෑ මට ඇහුන්නේ ප්‍රශ්න නැහැ අවුලන්න
but okay, how much time do you need? Let's see if we can manage it. 5 more minutes. Okay, 5 more minutes. Isuru, can we give 5 more minutes?
okay
Okay, I'll send you guys again.
But if you have any questions you need to clarify, you can ask now. Then you can go back to the breakout and then you can work on again. Do you need anything?
Any generic questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, so while we're answering the questions and while we're writing the call to action, at this moment we are doing it for ourselves, and then later we will do it with our VP Finance. Is it that so?
Yes. So this could be a call to action from your side or the VP Finance, or something that you need to ask the VP Finance to learn or know it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, guys, sending you
Okay,
back.
so नेपाल ने भाग गया. Wait, let me share my screen. Okay. Okay, so hope you had a good conversation and like hope you had a chance to like go through the checklist. Again, this is not like the full checklist ever that you can find. Of course, there can be a lot of more things that you can add, but feel free to like talk with your successors, not successors, predecessors, and like whatever things add as well. So before we close up, I think we are coming for the latter part of the session. I just want to ask if anyone wants to share, maybe like one, like any person representing your entity, like if there's anyone who wants to share, like maybe what you need to really learn about, maybe something that you really want to focus for your next 2 months or something like that. What are your any of your learnings? You can just unmute and share as well. Joshua, yes, we have Joshua. Yes.
Okay, I can go. Thank you, guys. You can stop now. But yeah, I think a major part of what I saw here was like there are things that we know of, like, yeah, just know of. And the problem is that we either don't understand them completely. So it was a very basic question like, do you know how to update the budget execution monthly? And these are things that we've heard of. We know of these. But I think, like, for me personally, my call to action would be to sit with my current PPF and understand how each of these processes work, probably fill out audits with him or something of that sort, just to understand the very basics as well. So yeah, that would be something that I want.
Thank you for sharing. That's very true. Like most of things are very basic, but when you actually want to do it, like, maybe I need to learn something a little bit more. Yeah, so I think we are the most famous LCP from India. Anyone else? Anyone else wants to share? Feel free to unmute and share. Hello.
Oh, hello. Yo, what's up? I'm I'm Sully. I'm from Australia. Yeah, representing Australia. Um, we'll just. I think a lot of the discussions we had, we were just like reflecting on the state of our finances because there's various sizes of LCs, and some of us have fared off better than the others. Honestly, a lot of us just didn't know anything about finances and didn't know a lot of the vernacular that was on the sheet. So we're just trying to like understand it throughout the discussion. And I don't know. I think we've at least understood one thing or another. And I don't know. I think we're just gonna take it forward and just apply it in our LCs. Like it just, I guess it made us aware that we're not really financially literate. I don't know. I'm saying I don't know a lot because I'm very, very lost with what I'm saying right now, honestly. But hey, gang, we're here to learn. So
Okay. Yeah, thank you for sharing that as well. So this happens for most of the time, like because most of the LCP is coming from different backgrounds, and they always find like finance very scary, or like, okay, we don't know how this like stuff, and like let the LCVP finance maybe handle or things like that. But then again, I think at least as a call to action, just take a couple of time, not to know exactly, at least have a fair bit of understanding of what's happening. That will really help you for the term. uh, yeah, feel free to use this as a checklist for that. Yeah, any one more share, we can take one more share. If you have not shared at all during the last 3 days, last 2 days, go for it.
Okay, I'll go.
Yes.
Okay, so even in our room, we were just like, trying to understand so many different things. Just actually, like, we also realized how illiterate we were in terms of finances. So we were just looking into different things, and we had a major realization in terms of, okay, these are the things that we don't know shit about, and these are the things that we really need to learn about. So how do we learn it? Who are the people with whom we can talk, or who are the people with whom we can contact so that we can have a better financial knowledge ourselves as LCP, and how do we guide our LCP finance and legal in regards of these things so that they are fully aware about it. So our major was like not understanding things about finances, and also about how do we collect resources, and who do we reach out to make sure that we and our LCBPF are also more aware about these things. So yeah, that's about us.
Yeah. Thank you, Deepika. So I think like probably we'll do a select all the rows, merge them, and put like learn about this. Yeah. Okay. So thank you very much to shared. So let's go for like the closing part of the session. So one thing I want to show here is that I was starting my story telling like back in 2016, we were starting with a negative balance. It's possible to be negative because you are liable to your MC, right? Because like in Sri Lanka, the money is mainly in the MC bank account. So being negative is like basically taking money from the MC. So from 2016 to going to 2018, so this is in Sri Lankan rupees, but then again, you can relate it to your context. Uh, so basically, like over the last almost 2.5 years, because we're starting at early 2016 and going to the late 2018, uh, they have been able to achieve from going from a negative value to a positive value. And this could be the case for most of your LCs as well. Because of the pandemic, most of you will be starting in a negative balance, or like in a place of loss, or in a place of debt, these kind of things. So this could be a similar reality in your case as well. uh, and so this is in the background, this is my team. And over this like 2.5 years, what one of the things that has been changing is that so this is my LC Kalam Central. So we have been able to achieve to become the most sustainable DLC for the first time after the DLC has been starting 10 years back. So what has made the difference of being in an entity which is negative, and to after 2.5 years to be the LC recognized as the most sustainable LC in Sri Lanka? What made that difference is something that what I want to highlight as well. So this is the award which like for the first time that has been achieved is actually what I want to say is that we practice being proactive for 2.5 years. So it's not about just your term. It's not about like when I was LCP finance, you fixed it, or not even at LCP, this was fixed. Actually, this award was, we got that award for that LC after the term ends and a couple of months later as well, actually about 5 months later. So the thing is like if you start being proactive now, in the long run is what actually makes this difference. So the thing is like if you get clouded by your judgments from the problems that you are right now, you are not going to practice these kind of things. You're not going to learn about this because you are only focusing on how can I create more revenue and like things like that. But you don't have enough context, or you don't have enough learnings to really grow as an entity. And what will happen is maybe like if you continue this in a proactive manner, 2 years down the line, like people from that generation will thank you for this. Thank you for taking these proactive actions in your term, and they will not be saying that okay, these guys has problems before, but they didn't really take action to solve it, and it made the financial processes worse and things like that. 2 years down the line, you want people to really look back and think that okay, this generation really did something and continue to be proactive despite of all the challenges that they have been facing, because you are coming into like unprecedented times of challenge, right? Like no LC has ever faced. For an example, even the story what I'm connecting is a time where we had a lot of exchanges happening, so it's easy to grow. But you're in a time where exchanges are also challenged. So what are the kind of innovation, what are the kind of leadership that you need to take as LCP in order to recover the situation? The problem remains the same, but the kind of solution is different. Modern problems require modern solutions, probably. So that is where you want to really go ahead during this term. So with that, I just want to close this session reminding you that, of course, the 5 things, and also reminding you that the success of finance depends on how proactive you are. So I just put my name also. So this is a quote that I came up with. So yeah, pretty much like how much you are proactive on this will really determine your success, and don't miss out on the things that you should be doing just because of the problems that you are having right now. Yeah, so with that, thank you very much. Hope you had a good session. So this is all about finance for your entire APLS experience. So yeah, take whatever the learnings from that. As always, like feel free to connect with connect with me, connect with all the people from the regional office, as international, and always reach out to support and reach out to your MCs. They will always guide you to improve the finances. Yeah, thank you very much. So